I'm Hamish Bowden, one of your community developers on Tom Clancy's The Division. Today, you're going to find yourself in New York, where a weaponized virus has been released during the crush of Black Friday sales. But before your journey begins, here are a few tips to help you survive and enjoy this experience. Our game is a cover-based shooter, which means you're an easy target if you stay out in the open. Move from cover to cover by pressing space and protect yourself during combat. Your character can equip up to 3 weapons, a primary, a secondary, as well as a sidearm. Press 1 if you want to use your primary weapon, 2 for your secondary weapon, and 3 for your handgun. Our game is an RPG, and as such, skills will make all the difference in combat. Your character can equip up to 2 skills, and you can switch them out whenever you feel like changing playstyle. To equip your skills, open the main menu, go into the abilities section, and press space to assign your skills to Q and E on your keyboard. This might sting a little. Hey, we're just getting started. If you want to surprise your enemy from long range, using grenades is a great idea. Use a grenade by pushing the G key, and once you've set its trajectory, left click to throw it and wait for the blast. If you're running low on health, you can use medkits to get a quick health boost before going back into the fight. To use a medkit, press V on your keyboard. The world map is an augmented reality tool that you can use to explore our open world. You can open it at any time by pressing the M key. Whether it's a main mission, a side mission, or just to explore, you can mark your next waypoint by right-clicking on it with your mouse.
Is under siege from whatever criminals have taken over Madison Square Garden. We don't have numbers.
Okay, Agent, now you know the basics to stay alive, but remember, if you want to gear up with some of the best loot in the game, you'll want to venture into the dark zone. Be careful out there, and good luck.
And with that, welcome to the beta version of The Division. Over here in this video you will find a short overview of what I've seen so far and how I think the game is going, what I think about the game in general, and hopefully I can convince you to join us in the fight, because so far I enjoyed the beta version very much and I'm pretty sure the full version will be quite a success. You're starting after this short intro and these few tips given to us with the character customization. There are not many options at the moment, but if you look at the top of the screen you will see there's quite some stuff coming. Currently you can just choose between a male and a female character and a few preset faces. After you created your character you are thrown into the game right away. You have get your first objective without really knowing what to do, at least at the moment. I'm sure they will adjust that a little bit as well. And you are starting with 3 basic weapons and an inventory, small armor, something like that. And after joining the mission, which is basically killing these guys and later on also saving hostages, etc., you are just running around trying to figure out what you want to do. You can throw grenades, you have special attacks which you can choose from right in the beginning. At the end of each mission there will be a kind of boss awaiting for you, which you will need to take out, and afterwards you hopefully will go ahead and get your loot. The bosses or enemies of a different kind of strength are also marked in a proper different color. As you can see, it's in this case yellow, but they can also turn into different colors later on. And they also have a certain kind of armor which is displayed above the enemy as well. And that works for me so far pretty fine. I don't have any issues with figuring out who is the enemy, and especially not whom I need to take care of right from the beginning. So I think that's well done there. A very interesting thing, or nice thing as well, is that an enemy holding a grenade, when you kill him, he drops the grenade and it's still exploding afterwards. And hopefully you will find some loot which is displayed just like in so many other games with a beam of light, or it's in different colors, so you can see actually what you got out of that. The next mission of use you will always find by just taking a quick look at the map, which is accessible by just pressing M. And here we have the map. As you can see, it's already now quite big. During the beta, you can move within this red box over here. The right side, the red part, is the PvP zone. And you can see already it's quite big, the whole thing, so I'm looking forward to explore as well the other areas that are currently not accessible. And the side missions and so on, you can just see like this and select them, and you get a small hint of where you need to walk. That is quite helpful because, as I said just before, the whole thing gets obviously quite big. When entering the PvP zone, you will notice right away that you get a different kind of experience bar on the top right. Next to your normal level, you will always have the, let's call, reputation, which you will gain through killing NPCs in the area, which is also the way you will get the loot, or also by killing other players. I will get back to the player killing in a little bit. So, while running around in this area, as I said, there are also a lot of NPCs which are dropping the nice stuff for you. Killing them is not as easy as you might think. The AI is pretty good, and they hit you very hard if you don't pay attention. Additionally to them not being stupid or being rather weak, they also have a kind of leader. At least some of them have a named enemy that is dealing a lot of more damage, but also has a better drop chance for any special items of higher value, which you of course want to get. The getting of the items, though, is getting interesting as well, because you don't just loot it and you have it, but you have to extract them. After looting the item, it is put on your bag, which you can see by the yellow small biohazard bag that is at your guy now. This is not only seen by you, but also by the other PvP players that are running around, and that makes you a pretty attractive target. Next to that, you need to get to certain points where everything is taken care of by a helicopter that has to be called. This is done by placing your guy in the middle of the field and shooting, I think, kind of a rocket or a light rocket into the sky. And after some time, which is 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes, I do not remember completely, the helicopter arrives and you have to put your small bag at the rope that they hang down there. Meanwhile, though, you still need to watch out for enemies that might approach you. They might just have the same target and be friendly, or they are coming to take your stuff and shoot at you. You never know that, so you have to be very careful, which makes it very, very interesting. In this case, it worked out fine. These guys just had the same target as we, getting rid of the stuff and bring it to safety. When going into PvP itself, it's very, very interesting. Enemies normally are displayed with... normally you can't really see them except use the scanner. Then you can see them displayed with the squares in white as hitboxes. These are only white when they have not attacked another player beforehand. As soon as you attack somebody else, you are marked with the skull and are getting reddish. This can be seen by players from far further away and makes you a very attractive target for them as well, because it's a bounty set on your head. So if you die or if you're getting killed by somebody, they do not only get the loot that you get, but they also get additional reputation. Also, you need to think you will make the place a little bit safer, because one of the PvP killers is dead, and you can focus on getting items from the NPCs that are running around, which is at the end something you want to get, because there is the nice stuff inside. Also, you will see in the area some boxes where loot will be inside. You need a certain rank though for that, and you can get very valuable items out of that as well. The marked symbol with the skull is showing a timer. As soon as this timer is run out, you are not marked anymore, and the bounty will be gone, and you are fine to be running around normally again. The loot that you can find is not only for your guy, it's not only armor or weapons, but it can also be some kind of modifications for your weapons. When going into the modifications, you will see that there are 5 different types you can use at the moment. I don't know if they're going to implement a few more, but that is still to be seen. Currently we have the skin, the optic, the magazine, the underbarrel and the muzzle. And everything is adjustable individually. Not all weapons can use all stuff. For example, you can't put any kind of optic on a shotgun, but most things you can use on your weapons. And this gives you quite some advantages over your enemies But first, of course, you need to find them. Also later on you will be able to build your own weapons, but this is not implemented so far. But you should keep in mind not to sell all your weapons and armor, but also to strip some of them to get a few more parts out of it, and later on get some advantages through that. Another very important part, at least for me it is the customization of your character, of course. And there are quite some options for your appearance. Unfortunately, I didn't have that many at the moment when I was recording, so it's just very limited choice, but you can see what actually is possible. So the simple reason behind is that if I'm going to die, I want to look at least good while doing so. The RPG element of this game is getting obvious when you look at the character skill. You can see there is a lot of information and a lot of skills you will be able to choose from, going from a wide range to be able to customize or to create your own special character. Furthermore, you will be able to see that at the pouches, where you can not only see which kind of inventory you're carrying with you at the moment, but you have this small screen of this crafting sources, which will show you, or does show you already right now, that there are at least 5 tiers of different kind of strength of weapons, which you will work on, and gives you a wide option of creating stuff and designing your character the way you want to see it. Also, the ability system shows you already that there's quite some stuff going on. You have 3 abilities at the moment that you can choose from, just with the first tier and just being able to focus on the medic. But you can see on the right hand side that there's a lot of stuff happening, or will be happening. And there's also to be some kind of modification, how you can even create your character more for yourself, that there are more options and you can support your group as good as possible. Unfortunately, at the other 2 things is nothing available at the moment, but I'm looking forward to explore that later as well. The skills, or the additional skills you can gain by extending the base where you're operating from. Unfortunately, at the moment there's just 1 thing available, so I leave that out for now. Overall, I can say that so far I'm really happy with the beta version. I'm looking so much forward to playing the full version. Especially, I think, if you play in a group of friends, it's getting very much fun. I just hope that there's not going to be some kind of base camping later on, which unfortunately destroyed already quite some other PvP games. Anyhow, I also think that the graphics look fantastic till now, and it's a lot of fun to run around, explore a little bit, and start the fighting on your own conditions. And the fighting on your own conditions is not only against the NPCs, but you also can create it against other guys by, for example, camping at the extraction points or roaming around, getting in a proper position and hide. The layout or the interface is still something I need to get used to, but that might just be because I have played different games before and I'm not used to controlling my characters like that. But I think you can learn it rather quick and adjust a little bit to it, and then it will be fine. For the beta version, I'm very surprised how good the game actually is, and I'm looking forward to really explore and go into depth with everything and with the guys I'm normally playing with. I recommend so far to keep an eye on the game, look what is happening, and if it is kind of interesting to you, you should take a look. It is really good for now. I'm hoping that they continue with the work as they just did till now. And I'm almost certain this is going to be a really, really good game that can keep you going for very, very long. Not only in the PvP, but also in the PvE way, that you just run around, explore a little bit, gain a little bit of experience, get some equipment, and fulfill some quests with your friends, which is always a nice adding. So I hope you enjoyed my little overview of the game, and it made you a little bit more curious about what's to come over here. I'm looking forward to see you again over here, and thanks for watching, and I see you next time. Bye bye.